Hi everybody, welcome to Gunful TV,
Hey guys.
sponsored by Hobbling Japan. As you can see, we got a table full of Plamo here for you.
That we do?
Yeah, Ryan, what are you going to be showing today?
I built a Star Wars kit. A quick kit, and I'll be talking about that later. What do you have? I heard you have something super exciting.
Well, first I'll talk about these ones. I'm going to give love to the Muv-Love.
We would like a bit of love.
Yeah, and there's a new Gundam kit, and speaking of new stuff, we can look at what just came in.
Yeah, something very exciting.
Something very exciting just came in. It's right here. I really don't have to say anything about this, do I?
No.
Yeah, okay, so...
Put it away.
It's the... it's not any... it's not a plastic model kit, but anybody who's been watching the show knows that we spend some time playing the games.
That we do.
So Modern Warfare 3 was just released, and we're not going to wait around for the Japanese edition.
This is the hardened edition, yeah? This is special,
this is
yeah?
the hardened edition that comes with your 1 year elite. And,
that is DLC for...
You want DLC for a year and
Yeah.
access to all the internet's stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah, it comes with a little book, diary / passport type.
You mean gamers can read?
They have to read, I think.
Gotta read the manual.
Actually, that's a good question. Can gamers read?
Of course they can.
There's no manual in
I
this
game and I can read.
Alright, in this game. Alright, so people are going to be probably posting some comments. They have before, you know, Modern Warfare, Battlefield 3.
Sid will make up my mind about this game.
Yeah, Ryan's actually, he's not going to be playing it. He's got Battlefield 3, as do I, but he hasn't committed yet to the Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Sid's
unbiased
review.
opinion.
Well, he's played both. You enjoy
I
Battlefield.
better like it. I spent all those hours on Black Ops. This better be worth it.
I'm sure it'll rock.
Prestige tokens.
You can get gun, gold, everything.
Yeah, gold guns, level 31. Anyway, we're not going to bore you with any more game talk. Let's
Nope.
look at Gundam.
Yes, let's look at Gundam.
I got an HG kit. It's from the Gundam Age series. It's the latest one. It's the Geno Ace Custom. And the Geno Ace actually came out last week there, or 2 weeks ago. And it's got the reddish color.
Yep.
But this is all white, baby.
Wow.
All white. As well, you do get this kind of cool marking. Kind of reminds me of the Gundam UC marking. But it's a little
Thundercats.
Thundercats marking. Yeah. Not perhaps the most original design, but you know, it works. I actually prefer the Geno Ace Custom to the regular Geno Ace because I don't like that red and white combination. It looks too much like an ambulance. But yeah, that's cool. Gundam Age, still not quite feeling it.
Yeah.
But I have actually seen pictures of the Gundam Age 2. There's Gundam Age 1 normal,
Yes.
the main suit. And I've seen the pictures of the HG kit for the Gundam Age 2. And it's a step in the right direction, in my
Okay.
opinion. It's looking
Yeah, this
good.
was quite a departure, and
Yeah,
it's different.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But it still retains some of that GM look,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you can see it. You can see it's
It
definitely
looks
Gundam.
good. It looks good.
And there's some stuff here that we showed you at the hobby show. Some more of the mechanical base, but
Yes,
these
I
are
remember
the
these.
diorama chain base they attach together. And what you get here, I'll just show the one here. This is the city scene. Now this photograph here is actually part of this box. Once you assemble it, I can't really take it out without bending it, but the inner flap of this box here, try and show you something, it's difficult. The inner flap of the box here is actually this scene. So you can make this diorama just as it is
So you
there.
cut open the box and stick it
you
on there.
Just cut open the box there. Same with this
Okay.
desert one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get that sky in the background.
Okay, that's cool.
And the space one.
Space.
Diorama
The
up.
final frontier.
Actually, this is a good idea because
I like this one actually.
to be honest, I suck at diorama, and I don't want
I
to take
never
the time
even
to learn.
tried.
I mean, practice makes perfect, but the amount of practice it would take to be good at diorama is something I don't know if I have the time for. So
Yeah.
this is an excellent substitute. This and those hangers, the mechanical chain base. Kurobikas, they know what they're doing when it comes to the accessories, that's for sure.
That they do.
Okay, Ryan, I'm just going to put these here now.
Yep.
And I'm not going to open any Muv-Love stuff yet.
Oh
because
yes.
I want to see what you got going on.
Okay. Well, Sid, I built this kit. It's the Revell Easy Kit.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
You did a great job weathering this, right?
Thanks, Sid.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about this kit, is you don't need to do anything.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll show you.
Talk about it.
It's just big pieces of plastic,
Yeah.
already pre-weathered and detailed.
Hold on a second. This is already done on it?
That's all done.
Well, what about when you're cutting parts off the runner? Is there any
Well, that is the
disfiguration?
There is a slight disfiguration you can see over here. So I'd probably recommend just fixing that up if you can. I'd probably also put like a finishing coat on it as well. It took me 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so straightforward. I should have probably started on these kids,
Yeah.
I think. And the manual is like,
It's like a pamphlet.
yeah, it's super easy. And like I like Clone Wars. I mean, I watched the first two series. That was pretty sweet. So yeah, no, it's fun, easy.
This is kind of the thing you need for those young kids who want to get into modeling. Then they don't have to be intimidated by paint and glue.
Yeah, or even if you're just into Star Wars, like these kits over here, you have your Y-wing,
Yeah.
Anakin thing. So yeah,
You can jet fighter.
it's really easy. Now Revell also does military stuff as well as this in this easy kit. So it's very straightforward.
Okay. We'll throw some links on the site there.
We will.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm happy. You know, I can sit at my desk now and look at this.
And make Star Wars noise.
It could be too easy. Is that possible?
Well, personally, I kind of like to alternate. Like, if I spend months doing something really difficult, I need a break.
Yeah.
And during that break, I'll build like an HG and I'll just paint it one color and that'll be it. Like maybe a couple of decals. Like I need to take it down just to recuperate after such a difficult project.
Well, maybe that's how
This
I'm
might be the
feeling with the
same
SDF1. I mean, it moves and stuff. This stuff moves here.
Yeah.
You have another attachment for the base to have it really high up.
Yeah.
I'd actually wouldn't mind actually doing some more weathering on this. But yeah, I'm very happy. I should probably say something about the SDF1.
Yeah. I was gonna
Thank
ask
you
about that.
so much for all of your comments or your feedback or your answers.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have much time in between shooting the old episode and the new episode, I'll choose the winner next week.
Yeah.
I might even open that piece up here and we can have a look at it.
Sure.
But yeah, no, thank you. I'm really surprised at the feedback.
Yeah. It seems a lot of people really know their stuff when it comes to that model.
Wow, yeah.
Give you the link to that.
I should have started on this. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. I mean, it's like, it was so easy. I don't even know what to say.
It's okay. I mean, if you
Yeah.
if you started on this, you wouldn't be giving away posters.
No.
Well, you shouldn't be giving away.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Can we look forward to more Star Wars kits from you, Ryan, in the future?
Actually, Fine Molds does some fantastic kits.
Yeah. Their stuff is
And,
the best.
I'm really tempted to do like a Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the new Slave Ones coming.
Yeah.
They'll
So
be soon.
I'll have a look at those. But yeah, this is so easy. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So I won't say anything.
Good.
Sid.
Okay.
You next.
All right.
I'm shutting up.
I got my wall of Muv-Luv here. The wall
We
of
love
Muv-Luv.
Muv-Luv.
Yeah, I just went to the warehouse and got a whole bunch of these. So Muv-Luv, for those who don't know, it was a visual novel,
Yes.
and then it became a game, and there was two games in the
Oh,
series.
okay.
And the original was on PC
Mhm.
and contained some adult content, but then they stripped that out of there and they put it up for the Xbox
Adult
360.
content? What exactly?
Never seen that before in Japan. Robots and adult content.
You mean like
But
violence?
we're just going to talk about the plastic model kits.
Yes, we'll talk about
And,
plastic.
the thing about the plastic model kits in the Muv-Luv series is they come loaded with
Heaps
bunch
of weapons.
stuff. A
Wow.
bunch of stuff. And for those who are wondering, you can see on these boxes this little badge here. This is Shokai. This is the first run, first time around.
Oh, okay.
They're going to give you this little stand. So if you get a box and it has this little sticker on it, you're going to get a stand inside
Yeah,
the box.
that box doesn't have a stand.
Yeah, because this isn't the first time, right?
Okay.
So we cannot guarantee which one you will get when you place your
Yeah,
order as
sadly.
well. Sorry about that. It just goes, first come, first serve. They're going to get the first run. So what can you expect from a Kotobukiya Muv-Luv kit? Well, you can expect lots of runners.
Any transformation?
Lots of runners. I put all the red ones to one side. And you also have this green runner, which is this purple clear, which is supposed to be kind of the luminescent part here.
Oh.
Yeah. And more red, more weapons. And these two small runners are actually for the joints. We'll show them in a little bit. And then the stand at the bottom here. Dun, 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 dun. So it's not enough to just say, this is what's in the box, check it out. We're actually going to go ahead and we're going to assemble some pieces, some sections of the Muv-Luv kit.
Now you're going to do this in two parts. Yeah, this episode and the next episode.
Yeah, right now I'm going to show you an arm and a leg, how they assemble, because I found The assembly actually pretty unique, the design.
Okay.
There's a lot of motion in shoulders that's separate from the arm, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I want to show everybody.
Okay.
And then next week we're actually going to look at the wall of weapons and how those all... Okay, so you can see there I've assembled the torso of the Takamikazuchi. That's what this red one's called. It's actually pretty good, pretty straightforward. You can see they use some of the clear plastic parts in here as well. I think if you would do some LED work, you can really get these to shine, but that's not my thing, so I'll leave these alone. But what I wanted to show today was how they designed the shoulder to have this kind of articulation. It actually swivels in certain parts here because of these ball joints. They've got these ball joints that fit in these hollows, and it can actually open up quite a ways. So you get all this motion. Like normal shoulders, they'll be pretty static, and then this piece will only be able to move this direction on most Gundam kits, but actually being able to open it up really changes how you can pose your kit.
Yeah, that's a lot of articulation actually.
Yeah. So we're going to look at that in detail. And the leg, it's more or less the same. There's some interesting parts, like we got motion here, and then this part pops up as well, and it can bend to a certain point.
So you must be able to do some crazy positions then.
Yeah. But the foot is actually the cool part, because it swivels this way and this way, and then you have individual motion for the toes. And we'll look at that as well. So for that, we're going to get the camera zoomed in a little closer, and I'll start building.
Sweet.
Okay, so it all starts with the shoulders, as you can see. I actually left them apart so you can see that they have this, the clear piece, how it goes in. It's a really good fit actually. If you trim it properly and you stick it in, you don't have to worry about it popping back out. It's really good. So I'm just going to close up the shoulder now. And I know we've mentioned before in the past with Kotobukiya kits that often the fit is pretty questionable, especially in some of the Zoids and the Armored Core kits. But I gotta say, with this kit, I didn't experience any problems. Like, the fit is really, really good. And I've also already assembled, here's one swivel and ball joint, and here's the part that it goes into. So when I slap this baby together...
So would you say this was the easiest Kotobukiya kit you've done so far?
I don't think it's the easiest because it has quite a lot of parts, but I would say that it caused me the least amount of problems.
Okay.
I didn't really have anything that caused any frustration or confusion, that's for sure. It was just a simple matter of following the manual. And you may notice in the manual, I'm going to bring it up here. What they tend to do is you start off building ×2, like I'm making 2 shoulders here, right? And the joints that will make the arms. But when you get to, say, this stage, if you follow this side down, you're building one arm. If you follow this side down, you're building the other arm.
Oh.
And the same goes for the legs, right? You follow this side down, you're building one leg. You follow this side down.
So you have to be careful.
So don't think that of reading this way.
You're in trouble.
You might want to read this way, or at least I did. So that's the arm. See, it's already done.
Wow.
Already good to go, and we have that swivel of motion in there. Now with the hands, I'm not going to build the hands right now because I haven't decided what weapons I want to hold. But here's the runner for the hands. You can see that they're giving you a lot of hands, and that's simply because it has so many weapons. So you'll assemble some will grip the weapons, some will be the tight fists, separate thumbs as well, and there's even little details there that you can go ahead and accent, Gundam markers and things like that would make a good effort. Good job.
Sweet.
Now with the leg, here's the leg as I talked about before. What do you think of this leg, Ryan?
I think it is very articulated.
I think it looks good simply because it doesn't look like a giant box.
Yeah, it does. Like the movement in these parts is just...
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's like it's very different from Gundam.
Gundam, you just get that kind of square. For the most part, you'll get that kind of square. And that looks fine too, considering what Gundam is. But this is a totally different animal. I mean, it looks like something...
Well, these feet look like they could probably climb up rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I agree. So here's my baggie with all my leg parts. And I'll just bring these up.
Your bag of plastic.
My bag of plastic.
Can I get that out?
Yeah, you please take that out. Alright. Maybe I'll do the foot last because there's so many little parts. You don't want to make a mistake here. So, roll the sleeve. I actually went ahead.
Work.
When they're instructing you to build this, what they want you to do is to actually put these in like this before you close it up.
Yeah.
But the way they've designed it, you don't even need to do that. Like
Oh.
it doesn't stay on. You can actually assemble the whole leg and then worry about sliding it in there afterwards. It's kind of surprising. So I don't know why the manual indicates you have to put this in, slap this piece on, close it up, but really, no. So, which is good for me because I'm able to complete this, so I don't have to worry about it now on the show. So I get to take it from the next step. And the next step has me use first a couple of these, I believe, H pieces. I'm just going to cut them out because I forgot to do it before. Bear with me. There you are. Okay, so got one piece, I got the next piece, and I'm just going to lay it out like it has in the manual, and hopefully not make any mistakes here. With this actually has this little groove, and this is going to go in here to allow you a little bit of sliding action. But now, what I found when I'm trying to do this and this other thing is that it can get pretty difficult. So you want to make sure that you have everything ready to go before you start slapping together. And here's the what will be the ankle joint, and you can see that it can actually pivot in two places here. Once this goes on here like this. It will actually move out. So this gives you even more articulation for the foot, right? And then this small little joint. So following the manual, wish me luck here. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to follow, that's for sure. It goes here. And again, I can just go in from above. I don't have to actually try and hold it all together, thank goodness. One thing I want to mention is that these little hollows here are actually for those clear purple parts, but there's no way that I'm going to fool around with those right now. I always come back to those at the end.
Yeah, understandably.
And with this time, I just have to get this together here. One like this. One like this, and I'm good to go, providing I get my armor piece. And the armor piece should be this guy. Slap this guy on over top, and I'm done. I have my leg. Let me just put this slap piece on. Actually, this is a good time I can say this. I found it odd, like you have this the purple luminescent piece, and then this goes on here with one on as well, but you don't really get to see that underside piece, so I'm not quite sure why they did it that way, but it's easy enough. And time for the foot now. Here's the foot. Lots of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I've gone ahead and I've assembled the basic subsections, like these toes are 2 pieces, and these back toes are 3 pieces. This is 2 pieces. This is 2 pieces. This is 2 pieces. And it's just a matter now of just kind of slapping it together. This is done. Sorry. This piece goes on here. And this piece just holds it together like this. If you line it up. Be careful. So now I have that swivel action that will allow this thing all that articulation. And you gotta loosen up, like it's gonna be a little tough at the beginning. And then slap these on. With these things on the back. Well, there's a foot. And I'll just stick that on here. And I got a leg. But
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
now they give you these pieces that actually will cover up
Yeah.
these parts here. But what I wanted to do before I even put this on is like go in here with like a Gundam marker or something, and actually bring out some of the detail in it, make it look a little bit more mechanical, and then put these parts on. So they with these small pieces actually allow you to kind of decide what kind of detail you want in. If you want to paint it, of course, you're going to paint it all and then put it together. But leaving you these little pieces to put on afterwards, you can get in there with paint, Gundam marker, anything like that. So that's all I really wanted to show this time around. Arms and legs, and the body. Next time, Weapons O' Doom. I mean, I actually haven't counted these, but there's
a stack.
There's a lot of weapons in there, so you can look forward to that next week. I'm not going to assemble them all, of course, on the show, but I will have the majority of it done, and we'll show you how they swap.
Those shields look interesting, actually.
Yeah, they actually kind of hang on the hips there.
Okay.
And I have yet to check it all in the manual, how the options you have for them, but I'll assemble these, try them out, and next week we'll start parts swapping, weapon swapping, and see what we can do.
Okay.
All right. So let's finish this episode. We got one more thing to do.
I think I got some questions,
That's
actually.
right.
Now these, just a few this time, and mostly for Sid, actually.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Well, actually, most of the comments were about the SDF-1, but I just grabbed a few. So, this is an interesting question. Were they playing Pomp and Circumstance in the background at the hobby show?
That's a good question, but I don't remember, actually.
Which hobby show, actually?
The one at the expo we were just at? I'm not sure what they're playing.
Hi Sid, Ryan, wonderful episode. I hope Ryan would overcome his hurdle with the ratcheting joint. I'm looking forward to the completion of the Macros kit. Sid, I have a question. Can Tamiya Color SD8 flat clear spray safely be applied to a Gundam MG kit with dry transfer water slide decals?
The dry transfer water slide decals?
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
There's
dry transfer slash water slide.
There's a warning on the spray cap saying do not spray on decals and
on the
stickers.
Tamiya spray, the top coat, it does say can deteriorate decals.
Yes, that is true.
So you have to be careful when you're using any kind of chemical, of course. If you're right in there, it may affect your water slide decals more than anything. Dry transfer shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Well, with that aeroplane I did, like as long as you're 30 centimeters away and you do a light coat, you're okay.
Do a light coat first, see how the decals go, and then you can go harder afterwards. But it is pretty strong stuff. I think the Tamiya actually gives you a flatter flat than the Mr. Hobbies and stuff like that. And it also gives you a glossier gloss. So a lot of people will go with the Tamiya. Yeah. Okay. I use the Mr. Hobby.
Yeah, I use the Mr. Hobby. I was happy.
Because it's the can's bigger and it's easier. Yeah, I don't worry about running out. But
sweet.
Give it a try. Just be careful.
Any thoughts on the upcoming 1/100th Master Grade Dual Gundam Assault Shroud?
Yes, we saw that at the Bandai Gundam.
Yes, we did.
Expo. There's a big sign that says no pictures, so we didn't take pictures, of course.
Because we're good guys.
We have morals, apparently.
Yeah.
But I have to say, from seeing the prototype, it looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
There's a lot of detail in the armor, and it looked solid.
Yeah.
It looked really solid. And I think it's going to be one of the better Master Grade kits that have come out recently. They've all been good, of course.
Yep. That was from Silver World Enter.
It's good to see a change, though.
Yes.
I mean, they had all the Gundam Age stuff there lined up, and they had, they're talking about the real grade. But getting to see a new Master Grade kit that's not a wing, that's not a Gundam Age. Yeah, it got me excited. I was excited.
I think Gundam I think what they're trying with the Age is to break it a bit, like break the style, but it looks like if they keep doing what they're doing, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, I always have a problem on ball joints, mostly on the waist unit for the MG kits. My question is, how can I make it tight back again, or is there any process to do it more tight?
Well, with the ball and socket type of joint, especially on the more recent Master Grade wing kits, they can come off really easily. One way to prevent that from happening is to make that ball joint thicker, so that there's more friction. But you can't just go in there and add plastic. Well, you could. It's time consuming. What a lot of people do, though, is they just take the model cement and they will just coat that ball joint with model cement, and adding just a thin layer of cement to it, and when it dries, it's just that much thicker.
Okay.
And then you can slap the armor on it.
And that would let you to put it in and out without any problems?
Yeah, and they use that for all kinds of joints. I think on the Master Grade Delta Plus, there's a problem with the foot and the thing would not stand up very well because the foot joint was so loose. A lot of people were using the cement just to thicken that piece that needs to hold it all together.
Cool.
Give it a try. Let me know how it goes.
Okay, so this is from Neon Wave. We answered his question about citizenship last time.
Oh, well, we think we answered his question.
Well, yes. Go to the embassy.
Contact a lawyer.
Okay, then he says, however, I have a new question, which is Gunpla related. An acquaintance of mine, who's also a Gundam builder, told me that when panel lining, it's best to use grey rather than black on white plastic because it would give a better look. I tried it out and he was right. I might like to hear your opinion on this and to also know which color panel lining markers are best for which color plastics. That's a broad question.
Well, more or less. Personally, how I do it is if I'm using like white, yellow, light color, I will use a gray color. And just the gray Gundam marker works fine.
Okay.
The black Gundam marker is actually a little bit thicker and it's harder to clean up if you make a mistake and smooth it out. But then again, the gray does not work really well on a lot of the Gundam colors. You have the dark blue, the dark red, black, and if you're going to use a gray, it's almost useless.
Yeah, you might lose that definition.
Yeah, if you use a darker color, use the black Gundam marker for the dark colors, then you'll be able to see them. So I actually mix it up.
Okay.
Dark color on the same kit, dark color will be black, white color will be the gray. That's
Sweet.
how I go about it.
I think that's sound reasoning.
That's right. That's how I do it.
Okay, so my question is that these clear parts are made with a much harder plastic than conventional kits. He's talking about the Perfect Grade Strike. When I use nippers to cut the gate, it'll always leave a nasty white stress mark where the gate is due to the plastic being so hard. Using a knife gives a much better result, but I feel like I need a saw to cut it off due to how hard it is to cut. And it's just impractical to do that to every gate. So what is your preferred method of cutting gates off of parts?
Now, you sprung this question on me. Let's see.
Well,
I just use these. To be honest, it's a clear part. And when you're doing clear armor parts, they are thicker. But it is usually a Gente kit. Like, you're not going to be doing any painting. You're not going to be doing much in the way of touch-up and like that. So I'll just snip it right off. However, people I've read on the internet have experience. They will use, I think it's like nail polish or something. It has a certain chemical, and I'm going to have to look this up, and we'll put it in the comment section after to clarify. But what you do is if you use that over top of the plastic piece after you cut, it will smooth it out. You will lose that kind of whitish mark, and it will make that transparency come back.
So you couldn't sand it slightly or anything?
Well, anytime
like
you start going in there with an abrasive, you're going to leave scratches.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people want to avoid on transparent pieces because they're very noticeable.
So I mean, this.
Let me clarify what that is, and then we'll.
I thought, well, I heard, I don't know if this is right for clear parts, but when you actually cut it off, you'd cut it off here, and then cut it off much closer.
Ideally, that's what you do for every single kit. Like if you have this piece here, you don't cut right on it. You cut there, and then you come back later and get it because you've taken the tension off of the sprue, right? It's easier to cut without leaving a mark. However, if you're like me and you're in a hurry, no problem. But it does create a problem with the clear parts simply because they are a thicker, different plastic.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all the questions we have, Sid.
All right.
So next week I will choose a winner and they'll get the posters.
Cool.
I might show the piece and maybe fix it.
And I will be doing some more mud love.
Yes.
And if I'm on the show next week and I have like big bags under my eyes, you'll know why. Modern Warfare 3. You'll know it.
Yeah, you will. And I will know it.
Actually, I'm sure everybody else out there, by the time this video airs, they've already got the game.
Yeah, that's true. This will
like,
air.
that's old news, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the
It's
next
been out for a
game's
week already.
Yeah.
Okay, I look forward to everybody's comments and opinions on that.
But also with comments, just ask us any questions you want. We're pretty open. But yeah, thank you.
All right, see you next week.
See ya.